Stop. Before you take another step today, I need you to try something. Stand on one foot. Right now, can you hold it for 30 seconds without wobbling? If you can't, Harvard researchers say you might be looking at a significantly shorter lifespan. But if you can, you could be destined to live well into your 90s. This isn't some internet myth. This is hard science. And what I'm about to show you could literally add years to your life. Because scientists have discovered 7 secret signs that predict exactly how long you'll live after 70. Some will shock you, others will give you hope. And all of them can be improved starting today. But here's the kicker, 94% of people over 70 don't even know about these signs, let alone how to improve them. Don't be one of them. I'm about to reveal 7 signs that top researchers from Harvard, Stanford, and Johns Hopkins use to predict longevity with startling accuracy. But before we dive in, let me tell you about Margaret. At 74, she failed 5 out of these 7 tests. Her doctor gave her the standard advice, take it easy, you're getting older. Instead, Margaret did something different. She focused on improving these exact 7 signs. 2 years later, she's hiking mountains, traveling solo, and her biological age tested 15 years younger than her chronological age. Here's what's incredible. These aren't genetic factors you're stuck with. There are signs your body gives you that can be dramatically improved, even if you're already in your 70s, 80s, or beyond. So here's what we're going to do. I'll reveal each sign, show you the exact science behind it, give you a simple test you can do right now, and then, most importantly, I'll give you the precise steps to improve it. Quick preview of what's coming. We'll start with that balance test, and I'll show you why it's more powerful than you think. Then I'll reveal the death grip test that emergency room doctors use. We'll uncover the surprising sleep pattern that adds 7 years to your life, discover why your appetite might be your secret weapon, and reveal the one daily habit that's more protective than exercise. But here's where it gets really interesting. Signs 6 and 7 will completely change how you think about aging. One involves something you probably do every day without thinking, and the other, well, let's just say it's not what any doctor will tell you, but the research is undeniable. Let's dive in. Sign number 1, your balance and mobility, but not in the way you think. Everyone talks about balance preventing falls. That's important, but it misses the bigger picture. Your ability to balance is actually a direct window into your brain health, muscle quality, and nervous system function. It's like a diagnostic test for your entire body. Here's the test researchers use. Stand on one foot, eyes closed, for 30 seconds. Sounds simple, right? But here's what shocked scientists. People who can do this have a 40% lower risk of death over the next decade compared to those who can't. Why? Because balance requires perfect coordination between your brain, inner ear, muscles, and nervous system. When any of these systems start declining, your balance goes first. It's an early warning system. But here's the incredible part. You can rebuild balance at any age. Dr. Sarah Chen from Stanford found that adults in their 80s improved their balance by 60% in just 8 weeks with the right training. Try this right now. Stand behind a chair for safety. Close your eyes and stand on one foot. How long can you hold it? Don't worry about the result. Just remember it, because I'll give you a simple protocol to double this time in just 2 weeks. The fix: practice the progressive balance challenge. Week 1, hold onto a chair, stand on one foot for 10 seconds, switch feet. Week 2, same thing, but lighten your grip. Week 3, just fingertips touching the chair. Week 4, no chair, eyes open. Week 5, no chair, eyes closed. Do this while brushing your teeth, waiting for coffee to brew, or watching TV. 5 minutes a day can add years to your life. Sign number 2 is what emergency room doctors call the death grip test. And yes, that's really what they call it. Your grip strength is the single most powerful predictor of your overall health that nobody talks about. It's more predictive than blood pressure, cholesterol, or even your weight. A 2015 study following 140,000 people found that grip strength was a better predictor of death than systolic blood pressure. Why is your grip so powerful? because it reflects your total muscle mass, bone density, nervous system function, and even cardiovascular health. When your grip weakens, everything else is weakening too. Here's the test. Squeeze a bathroom scale with both hands as hard as you can. Men should aim for at least 72 pounds of pressure. Women, at least 44 pounds. But here's what's scary. The average 70-year-old can only manage about 50% of that. But wait, there's more to this story. Dr. Michael Roizen from Cleveland Clinic discovered something incredible. People who improved their grip strength by just 11 pounds over 2 years reduced their risk of death by 16%. That's like turning back the clock 3 to 4 years. Sarah, 78, couldn't open a pickle jar when she started. Using the protocol I'm about to share, she increased her grip strength by 40% in 12 weeks. Now she's doing gardening, yoga, and living independently. The fix, the squeeze and hold protocol. Get a tennis ball or stress ball. Squeeze as hard as you can for 5 seconds. Rest for 5 seconds. Repeat 10 times with each hand. Do this 3 times a day, morning, afternoon, evening. But here's the secret sauce. Progressive overload. Every week, add 1 more second to your hold time. Week 1 to 5 seconds. Week 2 to 6 seconds. By week 8, you'll be holding for 12 seconds, and your grip strength will have transformed. Also try carrying groceries without a cart, opening jars by hand, and doing daily activities that challenge your grip. Your hands are your connection to independence. Keep them strong. Sign number 3 will surprise you because it's not about sleeping more. It's about sleeping smarter. Everyone says get 8 hours of sleep, but new research from UC Berkeley shows that sleep quality matters infinitely more than sleep quantity for longevity after 70. In fact, seniors who sleep 6 to 7 high-quality hours live longer than those getting 8 to 9 hours of poor sleep. Here's the key metric nobody talks about: sleep efficiency. This is the percentage of time you actually spend sleeping while in bed. People who achieve 85% sleep efficiency or higher have dramatically lower rates of heart disease, diabetes, and cognitive decline. But here's where it gets interesting. Your sleep pattern changes everything. Dr. Matthew Walker's research revealed that seniors with consistent bedtimes, within 30 minutes every night, had 23% lower mortality risk than those with irregular sleep schedules. Test yourself. For 1 week, track when you go to bed and when you actually fall asleep. Calculate your sleep efficiency. Time asleep divided by time in bed times 100. If it's below 85%, your longevity is at risk. Robert, 72, was getting 8 hours in bed, but only sleeping 6 hours, 75% efficiency. He felt tired, foggy, and was gaining weight. After implementing the sleep optimization protocol, his efficiency jumped to 90%. Within a month, he lost 12 pounds. His energy soared, and his doctor said his blood markers looked 10 years younger. The fix, the sleep architecture protocol. First, create a sleep runway. 2 hours before bed, dim all lights by 50%. 1 hour before bed, no screens or use blue light blockers. 30 minutes before bed, do something relaxing: reading, gentle stretching, meditation. Second, optimize your sleep environment. Temperature between 65 to 68 degrees Fahrenheit, blackout curtains, and white noise if needed. Third, the consistency rule. Same bedtime and wake time every day, including weekends. Your circadian rhythm craves predictability. But here's the game changer. The 4-7-8 breathing technique. When you get in bed, breathe in for 4 counts. Hold for 7, exhale for 8. Repeat 4 times. This activates your parasympathetic nervous system and helps you fall asleep faster, improving your sleep efficiency. Sign number 4 is the appetite advantage. And this might be the most misunderstood longevity factor of all. Most people think losing your appetite as you age is normal. It's not. It's a warning sign. Researchers call it anorexia of aging, and it's one of the strongest predictors of declining health and shorter lifespan. Here's what's fascinating. It's not about eating more. It's about maintaining what scientists call metabolic flexibility. This is your body's ability to efficiently switch between burning carbs and fats for energy. People with high metabolic flexibility live longer, have more energy, and maintain muscle mass well into their 90s. The test is simple. How's your appetite first thing in the morning? If you wake up genuinely hungry and ready to eat within an hour, your metabolism is strong. If you can barely force down breakfast or skip it entirely, your metabolic flexibility is compromised. Dr. Walter Longo's research at USC found something incredible. Seniors with healthy morning appetites had 34% lower risk of death over 8 years compared to those without morning hunger. But here's the plot twist. It's not just about hunger, it's about food satisfaction. People who truly enjoy their food and eat with pleasure live longer than those who eat out of obligation or restriction. Martha, 69, had lost her appetite and was forcing herself to eat bland, healthy foods. She was losing weight and energy. We switched her to the metabolic flexibility protocol. She started eating foods she actually enjoyed at regular times and began looking forward to meals again. Her appetite returned, she gained healthy weight, and her energy skyrocketed. The fix, the appetite restoration protocol. First, eat at consistent times every day. Your body thrives on routine, and regular meal times restore natural hunger cues. Second, start each day with protein within 1 hour of waking. This jumpstarts your metabolism and triggers healthy hunger throughout the day. Third, make meals an experience. Eat without distractions, savor flavors, and choose foods that bring you genuine pleasure. Your body produces more digestive enzymes when you're enjoying your food. Fourth, the metabolic flexibility trick. Once a week, eat your largest meal earlier in the day. This trains your body to efficiently process nutrients and maintains metabolic flexibility. Sign number 5 is the stress paradox, and this will completely change how you think about stress and aging. Everyone says avoid stress, but new research shows that's dead wrong. The people who live the longest don't avoid stress, they master it. There's a type of stress that actually extends your lifespan, and a type that destroys it. Knowing the difference could add a decade to your life. Here's the breakthrough. Dr. Kelly McGonigal at Stanford discovered that stress only kills you if you believe it's harmful. People who experience stress but view it as helpful live longer than people who experience no stress at all. The key is something called stress inoculation, regularly exposing yourself to small, manageable stresses that make you stronger. Think cold showers, challenging workouts, learning new skills, or pushing your comfort zone in small ways. But chronic, uncontrolled stress, that's the killer. This is stress without recovery, stress that keeps you awake at night, stress that makes you feel helpless. Test yourself. Think about your stress over the past month. Do you feel challenged and energized by difficulties, or overwhelmed and defeated? The first group lives longer. The second group ages faster. James, 74, was afraid of all stress after his heart attack. He avoided challenges, stopped exercising, and became sedentary. His health declined rapidly. We introduced controlled stress, cold showers, resistance training, and learning Italian. His stress response improved, his confidence returned, and his cardiologist said his heart was stronger than before the attack. The fix, the stress mastery protocol. First, embrace hormetic stress, small doses of beneficial stress. Take cold showers for 30 seconds, do challenging puzzles, lift weights, or learn something new. This builds stress resilience. Second, master the physiological sigh for acute stress. 2 inhales through your nose, second inhale fills the top of your lungs, then a long exhale through your mouth. This immediately calms your nervous system. Third, build stress recovery rituals. After challenging situations, do something restorative. Walk in nature, listen to music, call a friend. Recovery is where stress becomes strength. Fourth, reframe stress as energy. When you feel stressed, tell yourself, I'm energized and ready for this challenge. Your body will respond accordingly. Sign number 6 is the connection code, and the research on this will blow your mind. Loneliness doesn't just feel bad, it's literally toxic. Harvard's Grant study, following people for over 80 years, found that the quality of your relationships is the single strongest predictor of happiness and longevity. But here's what's shocking. Loneliness has the same mortality risk as smoking 15 cigarettes a day. But it's not about having tons of friends. It's about having meaningful connections. People with just 2 to 3 close relationships live as long as those with dozens of acquaintances. Quality trumps quantity every time. Dr. Robert Waldinger, who leads the Harvard study, discovered something incredible. People who feel connected to others have stronger immune systems, lower inflammation, and better brain function well into their 90s. But here's the twist nobody talks about. It's not just about receiving support, it's about giving it. People who help others live longer than those who only receive help. Volunteering, mentoring, or simply being there for others triggers biological pathways that extend lifespan. Test yourself. Think of your relationships. Do you have at least one person you can call at 3 a.m. with a problem? Do you regularly help others? If yes to both, you're in the longevity zone. Dorothy, 71, felt invisible after retirement. No one needed her anymore. We connected her with a mentoring program for young entrepreneurs. Suddenly she had purpose, energy, and a reason to stay sharp. Her depression lifted. Her health improved. And at 76, she's more vibrant than she was at 60. The fix: the connection cultivation protocol. First, invest in depth over breadth. Choose 2 to 3 relationships and deepen them. Schedule regular contact, share vulnerabilities, and be genuinely interested in their lives. Second, become a giver. Find ways to help others. Volunteer, mentor, support causes you care about. Giving triggers the helper's high and activates longevity pathways. Third, create rituals of connection. Weekly calls with family, monthly dinners with friends, or joining groups with shared interests. Consistency builds strong bonds. Fourth, practice active constructive responding. When someone shares good news, respond with enthusiasm and questions. This strengthens relationships more than being there during bad times. Sign number 7 is the hidden factor that no doctor will tell you about, but the research is undeniable. It's not what you think. It's not diet, exercise, or genetics. It's your sense of purpose. Your reason for getting up in the morning. The Japanese call it ikigai, and people who have it live dramatically longer. Dr. Patricia Boyle at Rush University followed over 900 seniors for 7 years. Those with a strong sense of purpose were 44% less likely to develop Alzheimer's and lived 2 to 3 years longer on average. But here's what's incredible. This was true regardless of their physical health, income, or education level. Purpose literally changes your biology. It reduces inflammation, strengthens your immune system, and protects your brain from aging. People with purpose have lower cortisol levels, better sleep, and more resilient stress responses. But here's the secret. Purpose doesn't have to be grand. It doesn't have to be saving the world or building companies. It can be as simple as caring for a pet, maintaining a garden, staying healthy for your grandchildren, or mastering a hobby. The key is that it's personally meaningful to you and gives you a reason to wake up energized. Test yourself. Complete this sentence. I get up each morning because... If you can't answer quickly and genuinely, your purpose needs work. Frank, 78, felt useless after his wife died. He had no reason to get up, stopped taking care of himself, and his health declined rapidly. We helped him find purpose in teaching woodworking to troubled teens. Suddenly he had energy, started exercising to stay strong for his students, and began thriving again. The fix: the Purpose Discovery Protocol. First, identify your values. What matters most to you? Family, creativity, helping others, learning, adventure. Your purpose should align with your core values. Second, find your contribution. How can you use your skills, experience, or passion to benefit others? This could be teaching, mentoring, creating, or caring. Third, start small. Purpose doesn't require huge commitments. Volunteer for a few hours monthly, start a small project, or help one person regularly. Fourth, the legacy question. Ask yourself, what do I want to be remembered for? This often reveals your deeper purpose. Fifth, stay curious. People with purpose are lifelong learners. Always be exploring, growing, and challenging yourself. Now here's what will shock you, and this is where everything comes together. These 7 signs aren't separate factors, they're interconnected. When you improve one, the others automatically get better. It's like a biological chain reaction. Remember Margaret from the beginning? She didn't try to fix all 7 signs at once. She started with balance training. But as her balance improved, she felt more confident, which improved her social connections. Better balance led to better sleep. Better sleep improved her grip strength and appetite. Having purpose gave her the motivation to manage stress better. In 18 months, she went from failing 5 out of 7 tests to excelling at all 7. Her biological age dropped 15 years, and she's living proof that it's never too late to transform your longevity. But here's the most important thing. You don't need to be perfect at all 7. Research shows that excelling at just 4 out of 7 gives you 80% of the longevity benefits. The key is consistent improvement, not perfection. So here's your challenge. Pick one sign that resonated most with you. Just one. Commit to improving it for the next 30 days using the protocols I shared. Maybe it's the balance challenge while brushing your teeth. Maybe it's the grip strength protocol with a tennis ball. Maybe it's finding your purpose or deepening one relationship. Start small, be consistent, and watch how improving one sign ripples into all the others. Which of these 7 signs surprised you most? Which one are you going to tackle first? Drop a comment below and let our community support your longevity journey. And if this video opened your eyes to the real science of aging well, smash that subscribe button and hit the bell icon. We're building a community of people who refuse to age quietly, who are taking control of their longevity with science-backed strategies. Remember, these 7 signs aren't predictions of your fate. They're a roadmap to your best life after 70. The research is clear, the protocols work, and your future self is counting on the choices you make today. Your longevity journey starts now. Let's make it count.